we're trying to get stuff ready for our move, and we've been busy. All of us have. The house is a mess, you know, packing and getting the things done that need to be done. One of the things that I'm doing today, and I've already started them putting these floors in the bedroom, and I'll show you what I've got. I don't mind the mess and the mattress and box spring leaning up. We took the frame off of our bed so it's easier to move around, but I'm putting this stuff down here. It's a really nice laminate. It's a thick laminate. It's called Hydroshield, water resistant, and I like it. This is what the pieces look like right here, and it's pretty thick stuff. Listed as 12 millimeter. So it's not plastic, it's a wood based, but it is supposed to be water resistant. And we're also putting in this cork as underlayment, and it's 6 mils. And the reason why we are doing that, putting in the cork with the thicker floors, is to get it to match that 3/4 inch hardwood, red oak hardwood. So we didn't want that. We didn't want there to be a huge drop off to get into the bedroom. So, and they really look beautiful. So here's my advice to you guys. And this is 14 years of living in this house, having project after project after project. My advice to you is don't put projects off. Because so now here we are getting floors put in the bedroom. In our bedroom, somebody else gets to enjoy them, you know. We're doing it for them, basically, instead of for us. And there's been quite a few things, projects that I've finished and am gonna finish, and projects that that need to be done, that have needed to be done, and it kind of sits in my belly, and it kind of is kind of irks me a little bit, and I know it irks Jamie, because while it's beautiful, this floor is actually really nice. Somebody else gets to enjoy it, and I understand that we're doing it for a purpose. We're doing it to sell our house and move on and fulfill our goal. But it would have been nice if I'd have just done it. And there's always an excuse as to why you don't want to, or couldn't, or can't, or shouldn't, or all that stuff. But really, one of the things that this experience has taught me is stop putting stuff off. Get things done, because now I'm doing them for somebody else. Keep us in your prayers and thoughts, and the buyer. Keep the buyer in your prayers and thoughts. I'm not sure who they are. I have not met them, and I don't know if I will meet them. I don't know how that works. But just keep them lifted up, and that this home and property and land and area would be a blessing to them and their family, and for many years to come, like it's been for us. I like how it ends up. But this stuff sucks to work with. I found that the easiest way to do it is to just cut it up into smaller sections and do it that way. Because it's just a pain to deal with. So now this is what I do, is I fit it, and then I make marks where it ends. So then when I put glue down, I know where to stop the glue. So now you can see right there is my marks. And on this side, the mark is right there. and then right there. So I dry fit the underlayment in there, get it to where I want it, and then I kind of mark around the edges so I know where to put the glue. I just found a way to make it work for me. When I did it in the girls' bedrooms, the first thing that I tried to do was roll out. I was like, man, I can fill a whole area here. And I tried to roll out a whole section. It ended up being about, I don't know, 12 feet long, and it just sucked. It was terrible to work with, and then when the glue was down, you couldn't get in there, you couldn't put it down. The glue got everywhere, and it just didn't work out. So this is the way that I found that works the best for me. I'm sure somebody who does this all the time has a better way of doing it, and if you do have a better way of doing it, we're planning on putting this type of flooring in the new house. I don't know if we're going to use the cork. If you have any suggestions, if you have an easier way or an easier underlayment that's better, that's right around the same price point, let me know. That's why we're doing this cork now. We probably would have done something different had we not had the match height. All right, so I got I got the closet basically done with the underlayment, and then I've just got those pieces of flooring just sitting on there kind of to hold it down. And I did install this piece, and this piece already. When you're installing this stuff, they recommend that you have 3 boxes open at a time. So you can see over there I've got 2, and then kind of right around the corner I got 1. And then all the stuff that's in the closet right now is from another box. And so I'll mix and match all those pieces. They recommend doing that way you don't get the same lot color, and you kind of break up any patterns that may exist. You see this next piece that I've got here, I'm going to have to notch it around the door. So what I did, since I started everything from the left and I'm going to the right from where I'm sitting, I just got a piece ready to put in, and I put a spacer in up against the closet wall, put it together here. They're really easy to get apart on the seam, and then I just slid it under the jamb, and I marked it, and I'm going to measure from here, and I'll transfer that, and that'll be my marks. Then I just cut that notch out, and then it should just slide in here. One thing that I'm going to make sure though, that I don't have just a really tiny piece all the way at the other end. So you can see, pretty much got the closet done, but I couldn't put this piece right here in, and then that piece in. So I had to put this piece in where I notched out front of the door, and now I'm having to pound this piece in, and it's working. I started there, And it's slow going, but it's working. We're getting pretty close. Got it almost all the way done. So I'm gonna get that finished pounded in and then start working on the main body here. Alright, so you can see that worked out pretty good. The gap is really nice. So I still have a couple pieces to put here in the closet, but I'm gonna come out here now and work on this main body, get it done. I got a few pieces yet to put on, and then I'll come in here and finish up in the closet. Show you how to measure for this end cut piece the way that I've been doing it. This is the way the piece will go in here, but you turn it around because that's the piece that's getting cut off, and then you just butt it up against this. Make sure you've got your gap on this side where you want it, and then I just take a square, squared up with the piece that I've got here. Now I've got my line right there, and when I bring it back, I'll put it in this way, and I'll have the spacing that I need up against the wall, and this piece will go lock in. So if you do it this way, and then you mark it, and you're cutting off the piece that you need. That's why you flip it backwards, or the opposite way you actually need it. Make your mark, and then once you cut it, it should fit right in. So let's go over and cut it. So this is what I use to cut. It's a skill. It's actually designed for this floor. The blade in there is designed for the floor. It's really loud though. It's ear protection. So now we have our cut piece. When I go put it in, I'll flip it back around, and it should fit right in there. So this one's just a scooch different, just because it's part of it's going under this jamb. Normally I would put it in like this, but you see I can't because of that jamb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it underneath the jamb, kind of get it placed, and then I'll just tap it in with the block here. There you go. see that this next piece that I've got to put in here, there's going to have to be a notch because it won't fit. And now I do have a shorter piece I can put in here, but it put my joint about halfway through the doorway, and I don't really care if that's the way it is, but you know, it's not the most advisable thing because you figure your joint's going to be a weak point. So I'm going to use a full piece here, and the way that I'm going to figure this out, get my square, you're supposed to have a gap all the way around. I'm not going to make the mark all the way through because I just have to cut a notch out. That's all I have to do. I've got to do the same thing over on this side, and then I'll cut it out with the jigsaw. And this jigsaw has a blade that's meant for this laminate. All right, so I measured the other side, and it's at like 2 1/4. This side's 2 5/16, so they're really close to each other. And I'll do the same thing over on that side. So this is our piece right here. You can see it's got a notch on this end, a notch on this end. So let's see if we cut it right. Alright guys, so I got it done. I've had it done for a while, but we had a little get together at the house, so I didn't get a chance to film the after. But it turned out really well. I still have to put this little transition right here. I still have to put that in all the way, but it looks good. And you know, these gaps will be covered by trim. The closet turned out well as also, and so it looks really good. And boy, I tell you, them cuts under the door, they couldn't have worked out any better. And then over here on the corner looks really good. So anyways, I'm gonna I'm gonna get the bed put back down and get everything done. That way Jamie doesn't have to worry about it, and try to help out some. I did make one mistake. Not really a mistake. It was easy to fix. But right there, you can't really see it in the video, but there's still the tongue left on that hardwood, and I butted the laminate too close, and so it was kind of hanging up on that lip. It was an easy fix. I just put the multi-tool on there and was able to get it trimmed up. So I think it turned out really well, and I think we're planning on putting this in the new place because it's pretty durable. You can get it waterproof, and it's easy to install, and we all like it. And you know, we got the dogs that are inside, and so it's kind of hard justifying getting carpet. Carpet's just not an option. Though I wouldn't mind having carpet, it's not really an option right now. So I really like the way this turned out. I think it looks really good, and I'm excited to put it in the new place. Hopefully this will be a blessing to the people who are buying our house, and they'll get many years of use, and it'll be a blessing for them, and they'll enjoy it.